is Jay Shorr, and I am the managing partner of the Best Medical Business Solutions, and we are a medical practice consulting firm specializing in the operational, administrative, and financial health of mainly aesthetic, cosmetic, surgical practices, but have recently branched off into multicultural medicine and regenerative medicine.
And my name is Mara Shorr, and I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Business Development for the Best Medical Business Solutions.
There are multiple ways in which physicians can save money in a practice. Controlling of fixed costs and variable costs. Some people say you can't control fixed costs, but you really can by eliminating some of them that may not necessarily be needed. But more importantly, supplies, equipment, capitalized equipment, the percentage you're paying for your lease and your financing, credit card processing. People really don't have any idea of what they're paying for credit card processing and how you can maintain lower rates. We also offer in the industry 0% financing, and there are alternatives to some of the major financing organizations as well. And lastly, there are group purchasing organizations or buyers networks that you can join, that you're able to have gross savings by being a member of a larger organization, and Mara could detail a little bit further.
Sure, so I think that on top of the things that Jay had just mentioned, including credit card processing, the 0% patient financing offers, and group purchasing organizations, it's also important to make sure, as I'd said before, that you're not overpaying going in. So having a professional review your, for example, the lease on your space, or if you're buying or leasing a brand new space, a brand new office, maybe you're opening up a second office, it's incredibly important to have somebody look at that and see how is it that you can really negotiate that a little bit better. And also looking at, are you negotiating for new equipment? When it comes time to buy new equipment, having a professional, a third party come in, whether it's a consultant or an excellent part of your team, but having somebody else look at that contract, see where is it that you're able to save additional money, whether it be on an extended warranty, additional parts, tips, things like that. So not only that, we never ever recommend underpaying your staff or making it that the amount of money that you're paying your staff is the first place to cut. And I think that so often people look at pay cuts, or they look at, well, I'm not going to financially incentivize my staff. And that's not the first place you should look at cutting, because you don't want to drive your staff out. It costs far more to bring in a new staff member and to train them than it does to keep your existing staff member. And so staff turnover is actually a place that does indeed cost medical practices quite a bit of money if they have a high staff turnover. So you really want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on that as well. And truly it comes back to respecting your staff, but paying your staff really what they're worth, and not underpaying your staff and thinking that that's a place to cut costs, because there are so many other places that you can cut costs that don't affect how your practice is run on a daily basis, the way that it would is if you're either understaffed or if you don't have a qualified staff.
Another major way to save money would be count on your vendors, because the cost of capital can be so high. And if you ask your vendors to finance you for 30, 60, or even 90 days, if you purchase a little bit more product, more often some of the vendors will allow you extended financing terms. A lot of the major vendors offer extended financing terms. If you don't ask, you're not going to get it. And at the cost of capital, to get free money for a period of 90 days is paramount. Another trick that I always had is I always paid a vendor on the last day of my credit card cycle, or even the day after it closed. The vendor got paid on time, I didn't get billed for another 30 days, and then I had another 20 days on top of that to pay for it. So it really saved me a lot of free interest financing by paying it on time, but yet getting another 30 to 50 days of free capital.